Hey guys! So today I'll be reviewing Absolution by Muse. I chose this to be my first review because it's the first album that really left a strong impression with me and that I found myself playing constantly without growing tired of it. I remember that I was just blown away by all the things they do on this album, that the same guys that can make these frenzied rock songs can also make beautiful ballads, and my little third grader mind was just in awe. And it really was a huge leeway for me discovering other music and progressive and rock and alternative. So it was just really fun to go back and listen to the album as a whole and do that and get this experience again. Absolution is the perfect album if you ever happen to find yourself in an apocalyptic situation. This album is more thematic than its predecessor, Origin of Symmetry, and it just comes in this brilliant package of electronic, symphonic, and rock music. It starts off with this 25-second intro of just marching, and then this really just kicks off into Apocalypse Please, and you hear those crashing keys and these booming drums that really just set the tone for the album. And the single Time Is Running Out heightens this sense of impending doom. There are so many incredible things going on in this song, and they really just piece well together. You've got Chris's bass and Matt's soaring vocals just really driving the song, and these booming drums and catchy snaps. And actually the snare drum on this song was synchronized with a wagon wheel, so I think that really goes to show Muse's inventiveness. Sing for Absolution follows Time Is Running Out. This song is an absolute masterpiece. Matt's vocals are soft and haunting in the verses, but more desperate for salvation in the choruses. This only increases towards the end of the song, where the whole thing builds up into this insane climax, turning the song from a loud prayer to an incredible, just raging plea, and this just fades into softness, allowing you to take a breath until Stockholm Syndrome slaps you in the face. What is there to not talk about in Stockholm Syndrome? There's crazy guitar riffs, crashing drums, shrieking vocals, and it's just this insane, frantic song that just grabs you and takes you into its aggressive storm. Falling Away With You is a softer song reflecting on lost memories, and then the chorus builds up to portray the feeling of everything crumbling apart, and it just really melts nicely into this soft interlude that comes in before Hysteria. And both Falling Away With You and this interlude play in just a really nice breath of air between two louder than life songs. Okay, Hysteria, one of Muse's greatest songs of all time. We can't talk about Hysteria without talking about that bass line. It was voted the best bass line of all time by NME in 2011, and it's so easy to see why. Props to Chris for making this epic bass line that just really is a driving force in the song. This and the hammering drums and the powerful vocals and the intense energy just really make a catchy and really epic song. In contrast to the madness of Hysteria, Blackout is more toned down, showing the softer but just as brilliant side of Muse. Now, I admit I hadn't been a huge fan of this song until I had seen the live version that they do at Wembley, and by seeing the emotion in that performance, it inspired me to come back to it. And now it's become a song that I really can appreciate more, and one of my favorites by Muse. I think it's one of the best of the softer ones on this track. And then we have Butterflies and Hurricanes. Oh my gosh, this song has always been one of my favorites by Muse. It's a superbly brilliant rock song with classical influences, and it features a gorgeous romantic piano solo that just crescendos into an explosive outburst of rock music. All the elements on this song, from the orchestra to those guitars, under Matt's cries of "best, you've got to be the best," really just pull on each other and take you for a ride. The Small Print is a really chaotic, in-your-face song with insane guitars and crashing drums, and it was chosen by Dom and Chris in place of Fury, which Matt really wanted to be on the album. So if you haven't heard Fury, please do yourself a favor and look it up. Again, we have a breather between two insane songs with Endlessly. It's just this really soft, haunting song. And I watched in the making of Absolution how Matt experimented with a bunch of different shakers to achieve the sound that he was going for with this song, which just really, again, shows their creativity. Thoughts of a Dying Atheist is another really intense, guitar-driven track. The music and lyrics portray the fear of an atheist meeting his death and is unsure of what will happen to him. It's an interesting theme for the song, and I think the music really encompasses the idea. And then the album ends with The Eerie Ruled by Secrecy, a haunting song with beautiful piano that really just fades and concludes the album perfectly. I really like this album. I really was glad to revisit it, and I was able to see why it had left such an impression on me. Every song on this album has its own strengths, and Muse put as much detail in the softer, slower songs as they do the more outrageous songs, and they create so much enormous sound for just a three-piece band that you almost forget that they are a three-piece band. So I would give this album a solid 10 out of 10. What do you guys think? Have you listened to Absolution? Are you going to give it a listen now? Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And just like a little side note, yes, I'll be revisiting albums that have been out for a while. And for the most part, these will be albums that I recommend. And yeah, please let me know what albums you'd like me to review and check out in the comments below. And, until next time.